Hello, my name is Janice LaRoche. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today I'd like to show you this set of cards I've made. It's a 6-pack set, but we're going to make one. I've made all 5 of the others, and I did them in the Regal's colors. So we have Crushed Curry, Blackberry Bliss, Real Red, Pumpkin Pie, and Rich Razzleberry, and we're going to use the Cajun Craze today, and I'll show you them all at the end. I also did the envelopes as well, so we'll see all those at the end of the video. So let me tell you everything you will need for to make each card. Okay, so like I said, I will have it listed below, and I'll have a link to my blog. And I'll have all the measurements and products that you would need on the blog as well. And that will be listed below as well. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know that you're watching my videos and supporting me. And just like or comment and let me know how I'm doing. So, okay, here we go. So you will need an envelope. And what I did was I've just covered the flap and cut it out. So just taped over the flap and cut around it. And I did the outside of the flap. And I've done that on all the envelopes, so I can stick that up there. Alright, you will need your card base, and I have used Whisper White. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and is scored at 4 1/4. And fold and burnish it really well. Then you will need a piece of Cajun Craze. And all the other colors too. So whichever Regal's colors you want to use, that's the colors you would choose. So I am using, for this one card, because I've made all other 5, Cajun Craze. And this is, let me see, I've lost my measurements. Oh, 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it'd be 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it would be on the front here, like so, of your card. Then you need a piece of Whisper White, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. Then you need some a piece of the 6x6 Regal's DSP paper. It's the double-sided one, and I decided to use the gingham or the plaid. And I've done that in each of the 6 colors as well. So this one is the Cajun Craze. So you will need a piece 1 inches. And we're doing our card portrait-wise. Landscape. Yeah, landscape. So we're going to put it on there. So this measures 1 inch by 5. And then a piece for the inside, we're going to have to cut this down. And all I did was I put it on the inside like so on the edge. Like that. Okay, and we'll chop that little bit off. So this is literally 1 1/2 inches, and then you cut 1/2 inch off, if that helps you any. Alright, then you'll need some scraps. And we're going to stamp an extra sunflower and cut it out. And our sentiment and some leaves. So you will need a leaf punch. You'll need this classic label punch is what I've used for the sentiment. And the stamp set I used was Painted Harvest, of course, to use the sunflowers. And I also used the little, what is that? It's gone out of my head. It'll come. And then I used this for the sentiment, Woven Heirlooms. Thank you so much. So that's what I used that for. And this was the paper I used. It was the Regal's 6x6 Designer Series paper. And you'll need some string as well. This is the braided linen thread. So you'll need that. I wrapped it around each card twice and tied a bow on the left. Okay. Now, when I stamp, I usually have to put a cover over my flower so I don't get the leaves on it. And I just cut these out. As you can see, it's a sticky note. I stamped one on here and I cut it out near the sticky so it will stick over my flower so I can stamp my leaves good. But let's get started and stamp our extras that we need. So I'm going to do it in, I said Cajun Craze, right? So all the inks I used too were Regal's colors. And in addition to the colors on the cards, I used Garden Green for the leaves, Early Espresso for the dots inside the sunflower, Soft Suede for the inside of the sunflower, and that for like that nut, that acorn, that's it. The crumb cake and the soft suede for the acorn. So that's the additional colors you'll need. But like I said, I will have everything listed below and on my blog too. I have all my stamps already on blocks. So we're just going to stamp them up. And I have a little mark. I don't know if you can see it on here. I have a little silver mark on there. And that's what I'm using to line it up. I have it on the other one as well. It just helps me to line it up better. Not that it matters, because you're not like cutting it out with a die. You're just going to cut it out at the top with scissors, with your snips. So I used Cajun Craze and crushed curry. So, and here's the silver spot on this one too, right? So I'm going to stamp that on there. You could just leave it at Cajun Craze if you like. Like so. But I kind of liked it with the little bit of bright color added to them. So I think we're done with Cajun Craze right now. I also cut out some little pieces of color from the Classic Label punch. I cut out the same colors in the cardstock. You can actually cut it out of this piece you're using, because you're not going to see it once you put it on your card. I didn't on that one, but that's what you can do if you don't have extra little scraps. I had tons of scraps, so I've just cut these out to do my sentiment with. And I'll show you how we're doing that in a minute. Alright, what did I do with my sunflower? I put it under here. Okay, alright. So now we're going to use the crushed curry. And I'm going to use the smaller of the sunflowers too. And with the... I think now I probably have messed up where my top is. Yes, I did. It's right there. Right, so we're going to just add this over, like so. And it just gives it that little bit of a bright color there. Okay, now you take your little snips and you cut that out. Okay? And let me show you the leaves now. We are going to stamp the one leaf and the top. Put that up there. I don't think I need that anymore. So I need Garden Green. And we only need two. So I'm just going to show you what I did. And I'm putting it near the bottom of my thing so I can punch it out with my punch. So I'm just going to do two like so. And same with this one. Going to place it over. And again. If you're not exact, it's okay. You can punch it out with the punch and you don't see the overlap little piece. So you don't have to be perfect, right? So we are going to punch out our leaves. One. And two. Right? So I don't think we need a leaf punch anymore. So now for this, what I did was I cut out my sunflower. And here's my two leaves. And I put them behind like so. And I have some dimensionals on there. So that will go on our card. And lay that right there right now. I'm not going to cut this out because my videos are long enough. But I just wanted to show you how I did it. Right, so now we're going to take our card front, the white, smaller white piece, and we're going to stamp again. So we need our Cajun Craze. How'd you like the new mats, Stampin' Up's mats? I think they're so pretty for the holidays. You have the red on one side, and you have green trees on the other. I think they're so adorable. Right, getting off subject here. Alright, let me find my top again. There's my top. So, not that it really matters on here. I should use a scrap. Let's see. That I can't find a scrap. That's great. I'm going to use this one because it's dirty. Right. I'm just going to stamp down in this corner. Ink it back up and stamp in that corner. Like I said, it doesn't matter to line this one up because you're only stamping a portion of it. Now we get the other one and stamp in the corner. And this one. There we go. Now this is where we need to use like our leaf thing. So stick that like there. Now we need some Cajun Craze. No, sorry. Let's do the yellow. Forgot this. Crushed curry. Crushed curry. Right. So, crushed curry. And we're just going to put a little color on there. And on here. There we go. It just adds that little bit of orangey yellow to it. I think it just makes it better. Right. So now we use our green. Our garden green for the leaves. Take the one with the ridges all over it. And take your little cover, mask, and put your leaves where you want them. Right, I'm going to put one there, and I'll put one over here. Right. A lot of it will be covered up. You're not going to actually even see it. So, let's see. Yeah. That'll do. Cover that. Yeah. Okay, that's that one. Now we'll take the one with the vein parts of the leaf in it. I'm going to do the same thing. If you're a bit off, it's not a big deal. You can mostly cover it with all the other stuff we are putting on this card. It just gives it character too. It actually looks like watercolored, so try and just line this up where I had it. Yeah. Oh, there. That'll do. Right. Good. And yeah, you're good. There we go. Okay, so now we have our leaves done. And all I did was, let me show you the rest. So I just took snail and I put it on, oops, oh, crooked, across the middle, like so. I can move that out the way. I think I'm done with that. Now you can take your flower, like what you were going to use, and figure out where it's going to go, right? But first we need our twine. Alright, so what I do is I just leave a piece about, what, 4 or 5 inches. Hold it with my thumb, wrap around twice. Then leave a piece about 4 or 5 inches again, and cut that off. And we will just tie this like right here on the very, very left. Down. There we go. And make them smaller, your little loopies. There we go. So we have just a regular little bow. And trim off the tails, like so. Right? Now we can take our backings from this. I'm throwing them all in the trash right next to me. I should have my bling bin on the right of me, and I've got it on the left, so I'm using my big trash can right on the side. My other trash can's right here on the left. But being right-handed, that's okay. So I'm going to actually cover this, because see how I double stamped that there a little bit? So we're just going to go over it. So tuck this like way over on this side, because you need room for your sentiment. Right, like so. Right. Okay, I also did, oops, forgot this big leaf. Yay. I knew there was something missing here. It looked plain. Right. I don't have the cards in front of me. I should have left one out to look at. So I just am going to stamp that here. If you want to stamp this before so you don't, you can cover it up with that. You can do that too. I'm going to lift up my sunflower a little and put that there. There we go. That's good enough. There we go. Got it on there. Right. I didn't do the inside of the sample sunflower I showed you, but I'm going to do these ones and show you what I did. Okay, for this one I used soft suede for the circle. And you just stamp over it. There we go. Then for the smaller piece, the little dots, I used the early espresso, which is this one. Drop it. And then you just stick your 5 little dots in the middle, like so. See, 1, 2. I need to move that bow, it's annoying me. Don't know why it's sticking up that way. Probably because I moved my flower there. There we go. Much better there. Right, so now we have those leaves. We don't need the early espresso. This is a tad too dark. So I'm going to use soft suede and crumb cake for the little acorn. So we can take the bottom of the acorn, and that is in crumb cake, and just stab a few somewhere where you want them. Two, and I'll put one here, and move my bow out the way, one there. So I've got 4 on here, right? I love this little acorn. I think it's the cutest little thing. It just added another, did the acorn again. The bottom. I need the top. Okay, tap, tap, and then just add it over. There we go. So turn this one around. There we go. And this one, like so. So that is the front of our card. Look at that. It's like full and pretty. Right. Now we need a sentiment. Didn't do the sentiment. What did I do with my little piece of paper? Right here. Okay. So I just have a scrap of paper. And like I said, I was using from Woven Threads, Woven Heirlooms, sorry. Thank you so much. And I did that in Early Espresso, the dark brown. So I just stamp it anywhere on your little piece of scrap. It doesn't matter, you can punch it out. Punch it out. That'll be good. And then I chose 2 of the Regal's colors. So like this stash I have here, like we have Cajun Craze there, so we wouldn't want that color again. So we could use crushed curry and maybe the orange. The pumpkin pie. Let's use those 2. Alright, so what I did for that was I just took my snail and put some down the middle. And I added this. Oops. About a ½ an inch in, right in the center. So you can see that much up top, right? I'm going to snip that off. I'll show you in a second. Now I'm going to add some more tape to the center and do the same thing on the opposite side. So we'll have some over here and we'll have some over there. So I want that half now. Not very straight. Okay, hopefully that's straight enough. No. Straighten it up a bit. There. I like using liquid glue because I can move it. Tape, not so much. Okay, but you get my gist. Alright, now what I do, and I'm not using my ribbon scissors. Use some snips. I'm just going to snip that off like right there. And this one I'm going to snip off there. So we just have a little bit of color on there, right? And you can add some dimensionals to the back of this. Put a couple of dimensionals on it. There we go. And I'm going to put that like right on the edge here. Thank you so much. You can add some gems or some sort of embellishment, whatever you like. But I think there's plenty on there with the ribbon and the sentiments on. I don't know. I think there's plenty on there. You don't really need embellishments. So let's tape and snail. Doesn't matter where we put it. Oh, I got it all over my mat. That's all right. Center this and that, and your other end will be centered, so it'll be all even. There we go. And because we're doing this landscape, we want our card this way. Let's put this on the inside too. So all I did was took some tape down the bottom. I left just a smidgen of an edge on there, like so. Take your snips and cut that off. There you go. I didn't put a sentiment inside, but you can if you like. Some sort of sentiment that would go with a thank you. These are getting sent to, this month I am collecting cards, making and collecting cards from my team and customers and anybody that would like to send some. And we are sending them to Fisher House. Oh, ran out of tape. Great. On camera. Here's another one. Good job. We're sending them to Fisher House in Biloxi, Mississippi, which houses soldiers' families or airmen and that are in the hospital for whatever reason. It houses their families. And then I am sending some to the VA hospital there too. So that's my cards for a cause for the month of October. I do it twice a year. once in February and then again in around October. So I'm collecting cards till the end of the month. There we go. So that is this card done. And like I said, for the envelope, you need like a 2.5-inch piece by 6. Your pieces are 6 inches. And you just tape all around, put it on, and then trim around here with your scissors. Just trim around. I didn't trim that very well. I usually use bigger scissors, not these ones. These are my snips. There. And that's your envelope to match. So, right, so we have Cajun Craze. Let's see. Then we have crushed curry. I got a tickle. Then we have blackberry bliss. And real red. There we go. Then pumpkin pie. Where's my envelope? There we go. Pumpkin pie and rich raspberry. So there is our set of 6 cards. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll be back shortly in a few days, hopefully, to do my paper pumpkin alternative. But until then, all the measurements, everything you need will be on my blog, which I'll list below, and you can just click on the link. If you need any of the products, click on the links below. They'll take you straight to my store, and you can shop with me. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd appreciate you choosing me. I'd love to earn your business. And I thank you for watching. You have a great evening. Good night.